Larry Hama. Sorry.
You are live.
I'm live with Larry Hama in Alaska.
Yeah.
Can you be a moose? To work on our moose. Thank you. All right, let's get over to Dad. With me tonight.
Where are we?
Where are you?
Hi, Andrea.
Comic artist. That one. You have to knock your sound down. Andrea and Jason are.
Jason?
Yeah.
Wait till Tuesday.
Wait till Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Aaron White says, hello, good evening.
Oh, Andrea got her storm.
Andrea got her storm. Yes.
So is she gorgeous? I'm seeing hearts in the smiley face. That one was hard to part with when I was done.
What was harder, Dark Phoenix or Storm?
Ooh.
I would think Storm, because you went a different direction.
And so she needs to get it back so she can frame it.
Yep. Uh-oh, Rich is letting it known he's here.
Yep. Return of Rich.
Noisy night tonight.
See, we didn't do anything to him.
Or did we? That frontal lobotomy was not easy. And Martha and Julia will be serving brains for Valentine's Day.
Monkey brain.
The French have a fabulous way of cooking brains. They soak it in butter.
Kind of like escargot. Martha. I'm Martha. Wait a minute. Who's Martha?
I'm
Are
Julia.
you Martha?
No, you're Martha.
Martha.
Somehow
My mom's
Julia feels like she should be named Martha.
Your mom's Martha?
Everyone's mom is named Martha.
And he says, hopefully it'll be on my wall soon.
Yay.
All right. So actually, we got Rich back and we have Pete.
Hey.
So this is really a Wednesday. Actually,
Without the weird.
the Groundhog Day took Friday and made it Weird Wednesday
Okay.
and saw its shadow and took us backwards in time
Right.
and says winter will be now 3 days longer. Or 2 days longer. So,
The mayor's gonna die
happy
rabies.
Groundhog's Day to everybody. Hope everybody pulled out their Monopoly outfit, found their little rodent, stuck it in some light, or stuck it in the shadow. And now you know what to do with your winter wardrobe. Freaky Friday.
There you go.
Are we doing Freaky Fridays? I don't have
We
any
do
freaky
Freaky Friday,
artwork.
I
Neal
don't.
doesn't do freaky artwork. It's hard to do Freaky Fridays with Neal Adams.
It's true.
And then I could hear his voice going, I totally disagree with you, Chris.
I do plenty of freaky stuff.
You don't
Please.
know what I do.
Don't tell us about it.
Look what I have in my portfolio. Ah!
Give me a piece of paper. Okay, I guess we're up to 12 people.
Woohoo!
It is Friday night.
Full house.
All right, so what are we up against tonight? We're always up against something.
Up against the wall.
What are we up against tonight?
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. We're up against a convention in Alaska,
Well, hell, y'all better be on here then.
which if Larry Hama truly loved me, he would have taken me with him. But now I know Larry's true feelings about me because I'm still sitting here at continuity.
Well, hell, he came to your wedding. He didn't come to mine.
Hence why I should be his lovely assistant at the convention in Fairbanks.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Jim.
Basketball
Hi,
game
Joe.
has been on lunch.
Oh, that's right. MegaCon is this weekend.
MegaCon. That's another Florida convention.
Yeah, Orlando.
Meh, meh.
Uh-huh. Wow.
We don't know anybody in Florida.
You know, Adam Truber.
Mr. Golden.
He's not in Florida.
Yeah,
Mr. Golden.
He's not in Florida.
He may not be now, but
They're my ex-friends. Larry Hama is my
Oh.
true friend because Larry is in Alaska.
Oh, only because Larry is in Alaska.
Yes, after
Okay.
this weekend, and he will not be either.
okay.
Hey, I begged Larry on Facebook to let me be an assistant to go to Fairbanks with him. So he turned me down. All right, I don't know what I'm doing tonight. We're up to 16. It is Weird Saturday. No,
All right, friends,
Friday.
please
Friday.
do remember to share because sharing is caring. The more viewers we get, the better off we do.
Gustavo says, "Oh yeah, do you know your name is Stone Stone?
It's Stony
Yes.
Stone.
Stony Stone?
Quite aware of that.
DJ
Yeah.
Stony Stone.
So my name could be Christine Pedro.
Is that like Marky Mark? Stony Stone?
Christine Adams Pedro.
Stony Stone.
Oh, God, why did I agree?
Lance said, in honor of Groundhog Day, we should have repeated the intro exactly the same.
Yeah, we didn't remember what it was like. Andrew says, so why so interested in Alaska? It's cold there.
Yetis.
Oh,
I gotta go Yeti hunting.
I see.
I
So,
think
so
Yetis
Dad
are
was
in-
after
are
a
in
Sasquatch, you want a
Tibet.
Yeti.
I totally want a
No,
Yeti.
Yetis are in Tibet.
No, Yetis are in
No,
Alaska.
no.
Guy C says Yetis are in Alaska.
Sasquatches are in Alaska.
White ones. I need a white, furry, giant monster.
Yetis come from Tibet.
Not in my head. They live in Alaska. Because in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, no, that was an abominable snowman.
That was.
Uh,
Is that a Yeti?
I thought that
It
was
was
a
a bumble.
Yeti.
It was
He's
a
It was a
Bumble.
bumble.
He was a bumble.
But he's a Yeti.
He's not really
He's a
Yeti.
distant
I don't know.
cousin.
Get Bill Sienkiewicz on the phone. Dial it up. Let's see what he said.
Why is Bill the
Because he
arbiter of this?
does those Christmas drawings, so he knows.
So he must be an expert.
If you draw a creature, you
Well,
know
I would
a
call him,
creature.
but I'm not allowed to have his phone number, so
That's
you're going to
right.
have to do it.
You
That's
can
right.
only talk to Jim Steranko. Steranko know anything about Yetis?
So Lance says he knows some people in the North Pole.
Okay, I'll go to the North Pole.
Santa! I know him!
No, Kelly Russ says Yetis are part of the Bumble family.
There you go.
Second cousins once
Therefore,
removed.
You're gonna make me look this up? Really?
are you really going to look this up,
Yes.
nerd boy?
Yes.
Ugh. My life is not supposed to be here with nerd boys.
Where is your life supposed to
I
be?
think you're in the wrong business.
I always said that.
You got to talk about it wrong.
All right,
person.
Phil says we can start because he's here. Okay.
Oh,
And we're up
that's
to
good enough for
20.
me.
Phil's starting the show. We're going. Okay, so what am I doing today? I'm
What are you
starting.
doing
I'm
today,
starting with Prince. Then we're gonna do some Pete, and then we'll do some art.
Pete.
Yeah, that's how it works.
We're going to do some Pete.
Okay, so some of these
Okay,
are very
okay.
limited.
Let's just say that while Yeti are proven to exist in the Himalayan mountains, there's never been a confirmed sighting in Alaska.
I am
Other
going.
cryptids
To
believed to be
confirm-
related to
Confirmed sighting, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been there.
That's right, and I'm gonna confirm it because I'm gonna hunt it with Larry because Larry knows about guns, so I'm safe.
Okay.
Chris
may
said
have
this is starting
allergies.
with Prince, right?
I may have allergies with my snow dog team. All right, we are
Rich is in a very good
completely
mood today.
out of control. Okay, here we go. First Prince of the night.
Prince Bruce would come in.
Is it?
Oh,
Yes. Genis. I can't even say it.
Genus Bombilus bounceus.
Say it in Julia talk.
Genus Bombilus bounceus.
Now I can do it.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about how we play the game here.
How do we play the game here?
In
Other
the
than chaotically.
in the
Who
comment
has the
bar,
dice?
see what Alaska does to Chris. In the comment bar is where you will write, I claim that Conan. Claim is a really good word to use.
Mm-hmm.
We will then acknowledge your claim, and it's good to give us, like, I claim Batman on a roof, or I claim Batman in a bedroom, or I want Batman in the Batmobile.
So we know exactly what you're talking about.
So we know exactly what you're talking about. So you would write that in the comment bar. We will then acknowledge that by screaming, "Oh my God, somebody's buying
We got a
something.
claim!
Holy cow.
Hold your horses!
Then we will say, is this really what you want?
Are you sure you want that?
Sure.
And then they
Because
say,
I was going to
no,
take
the
that.
other one.
Then we will write down your name. We'll put a sticker
Jim
on.
Hackett is claiming Conan.
There we go.
And then we light a bomb. Maybe I'll let you
Hey,
do
Kelly
bomb.
Barrett. We didn't even
Okay.
say a price on the Conan yet.
It's $100.
There you go.
And then basically we will ask you to then direct message us your name, just be careful. No, you're taking the hospital. Your name, your address where I'm shipping to, and then an email for us to be able to send you a bill. We will be billing on Monday, so don't panic over the weekend if you don't get something from us. It's easier from the bottom than the top. Sometimes.
So we
Okay.
got our first claim.
Our first claim is
Jim Hackett
Jim
claiming
Hackett.
Conan.
Jim Hackett on my Conan.
Where's your maracas, Chris? Kelly Rusk is claiming cool dance number from Rich. Rich has to decide how much that's going to
Yeah,
cost
we didn't
you.
start the bidding yet.
That's going to cost you a lot of money.
Jim Hackett. Okay.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but Chris had a nap before the show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Never let Chris take a nap. I'm like a mugwai. Don't.
No.
What would you do this?
It's okay, it'll still work.
All right. Not towards my light bulbs. You have to look where you're going.
Nope.
No, up. But make sure it's not on a light.
Careful, kid, to poke your eye out.
Yay! Pete's first bomb.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that Pete's
Obnoxious.
first bomb?
It is Pete's first
You
bomb.
always remember your first.
You got to let him do a big one at some point, though.
No, because I'll aim it at someone.
That's not what Pete's tag when I got him said. Do not let this bear do bombs.
Hey,
Okay.
kids, play on your own porch.
Get off of my lawn!
I do have one more of these.
What?
One more of these.
Oh, Conan down. He's been slayed.
I do have one more Conan print. That may be it. Oh my God. It's not going to be a good night tonight.
Conan
Put it on.
says nay.
That's like, yeah.
I did
It's
find two of these. If anyone is interested, yay or nay it,
Claims it now.
claim it now. Right, exactly. Okay, this should go off with you guys. Because that's a bot one.
You got a name on it?
Yep, on the back of it.
Yep.
Phil Henrique says that print is from the very hard to get Savage portfolio.
There you
Actually,
go.
I found it in the very hard to get into drawer at Continuity. But Phil, I'm sure you're right.
The one that has a spider trap in it.
Yes. Okay. Next up is a portfolio. I only have two of these left. This is until I find another one. I have two left. But I have a feeling this may be it. So this is the Neal Adams Jungle Lord portfolio that has 6 prints in it. This is part of the Tarzan set. The portfolio is signed by Neal. The prints are not signed by Neal. Hopefully they're all in the right direction. That is the portfolio. This is the prints. Hello, Happy Towers. So the prints are 1, 2.
Not going to cooperate.
It's cooperating to me. I kind of like the dinosaur.
Mm.
Makes me a
That's
Gertie.
what I'm going to do to a Yeti in Alaska.
You have floss its teeth.
Yes.
Is that Gertie the dinosaur?
That is.
Happy Towers is struggling with his phone.
Uh-oh.
It's in the air tonight. I can't. Like nothing is working.
Body slam it, man. That works every time. You'll win.
They have
Can
medication
we
that
just
helps
start
that problem.
over again? Okay.
May cause a heart attack.
Oh, Tarzan's sideways.
Yeah.
There you go. Just sideways one. Swept away.
Okay, so that is what is inside. It is 6 prints. The prints are 11 by 14. Like I said, the prints are not signed, but the portfolio envelope is. We sell this for $100.
Only the folder is signed, Ryan.
No prints.
That would have been an awful lot of signatures if we made him sign every print.
And he would have whined and complained all the way through it.
Yep.
True. That is true. And then he would say, I hope you're charging a lot of money for this course.
Each one is worth $1,000.
Okay, so Jungle Lord portfolio. $100, Neal Adams, signed portfolio envelope. 6 prints
All
inside.
right, Happy Towers is claiming a Jungle Lord portfolio.
Okay.
Oh, no. Conan print. Sorry.
Conan print.
Conan print.
Conan print. This is my Conan print. Okay.
Happy Towers.
Get a bomb.
Do another one.
Yeah, you get to do
A
it.
bitty bomb.
Gotta practice on little ones before we let you do the big one. Happy Towers.
Happy.
Okay, Happy Towers. Whoa. So you have to say. Did you really just do that?
You've been teasing me all night.
That was kind of brilliant, though.
Wow.
I have a deep appreciation for what Pete just did.
Okay, that's Happy Towers.
You're destroying that. Carefully see.
That's what happens when we do bombs that get everywhere. Okay, so anybody on my Jungle Lord, oh my lord, it's the jungle.
Oh, lordy.
Don't find Yetis in the jungle.
No, you don't.
Get to ride dinosaurs in the
So,
jungle.
Pete Monster, we just showed some Conan stuff. Did you miss the first print?
Okay, I'm going to put my portfolios. Here, you should take Happy Towers.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Next up is I have a print. It is signed by Neal Adams. It is 100 to buy. It is a Sunday page of Neal's that I think I blew up for some reason. And then I had him sign it. And
I
then
think you were talking about having me color it.
maybe that's what we're going to do. It was in the drawers. So I
It's
pulled it
okay,
out.
Pete Monster. We had 2 Conan prints that just sold out, and we might have some more Conan stuff.
I have a lot of Conan
Yeah,
stuff
so
there. I'm
stay
actually
tuned.
kind of Conan-y tonight.
No
More so
problem.
than normal. Okay, so this is a Ben Casey Sunday page print. It is probably the size of a Sunday page. Might be a little smaller, but pretty close to original size. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. I do only have one of these because I think this was something we were going to color or do something that I found in the drawer, so I pulled it out. It is $100 to buy.
Kelly Rusk is claiming Ben Casey.
Kelly Rose!
Woo!
Color Bomb! It had to do with Gold Bomb.
Gold.
It was Gold Bomb.
Double finger.
You gotta even this way so it falls. Now that you got the hang of it. Okay, Kelly Rusk.
What's the price?
100.
Cool.
And
Rich's dance will only live in your imagination now, Kelly Rusk.
Very disturbing, Kelly.
Rich only danced once, and that was it.
Yep.
Okay, this is Kelly Rusk.
Son. Yep. By the way,
Experiencing technical difficulties.
Pete Monster was asking for Conan originals before. If you have any of those tonight.
Oh, Conan Originals. I have. Well, I'm gonna take that back. I do not have pencil and ink Conan published originals. If that's what you were looking for, I do have some Conan originals. That was for Kelly Rusk.
Wait, Kelly Rusk, do you actually remember the date that
Yeah,
Rich did his
He
dance?
does.
All right, I'm a little concerned about you, Kelly.
Kelly, we got to get you out of the house more often.
August 27th, really?
He has quoted that before.
Got it marked on his calendar somewhere.
What year and exactly what time?
What song was it?
Wasn't it the Peanut song?
No. I know what it
The
was.
Peanut song? Mhm. Yes, we do have commissioned, not commit, well, I can't talk.
Of course I have
What do we have?
screenshots.
We do have
Oh my
Conan
God.
drawings by Neal.
I'm
Yes.
concerned.
You should be.
Okay, here we go. I have a Kryptonite Nevermore print. This is based on a recreation that Neal did. But it is original size, 11/17. It is signed by Neal. Like I said, it is a print of a recreation that Neal did of the Superman Kryptonite Nevermore.
Well, we're just dancing now, but you can't see it.
Unfortunately, we can.
Sorry.
So a print once again, 11/17, Kryptonite Nevermore, $100, signed by Neal. This is based on a recreation Neal did of this cover. Fly. You know what? Next time I do the Superman trip things, you pull that out because I'll go like this.
Just remove the first panel.
That is, I would totally buy the triptych. Here, hold on, guys. We're gonna play the game.
We have to go like 10 feet in the background.
Actually, we should
And then we
photograph
can-
that, and that should be your coming attraction for the show.
You know what? Now I'm not gonna know where my triptychs are.
August 27, 2021, approximately 8 p.m. his time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's Rich's fan club over there.
And now, because no one demanded it, here you go.
No, you totally. This is the whole
Yeah.
reason why you buy this. Okay, you gotta reset up your Superman music because we need the front end of it.
Well, actually, I'll play the flying music.
No, I don't want to fly in the sky. I want to be
No,
Superman.
we're not playing that. No, please
You're gonna
stop.
do
Please
this.
stop.
It starts this way.
So you want the key up? Here you go.
Okay, so this is a triptych that we sell for $800, and I'm going to show you the reason really why you would buy this.
For an added fee, Chris will come to your house and do this. while it's mounted on the wall.
So you play this in your living
Do
room.
it.
You
Do it.
have this
Do
up
it.
and you
Do
do this.
If you play the music, Chris will magically appear.
Well, this arm has to be back. Oh, that one part. There you go. Perfect.
Make a fist with the one hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else can you see this during a live show? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
And this is why, well, I should have gotten more forward here. Does it work better now?
Yes. The lengths we will go to sell our items.
Or,
And you know what? I have canvases that same size. If you want, I will paint Chris on the top end of the triptych.
so you can buy this triptych that I wasn't going to sell tonight for $800, and you get the Superman hat.
For no
And
additional
for no
charge.
additional
And
charge.
you can have a screen capture of Chris.
And you
As
can
Superman.
fly. You can fly in your own house. I would totally do this like every morning before work.
There you go.
I would.
Yes, you too can assume the Chris Stone position in the Superman triptych.
$800 for a painting that Neal did, very large.
They've all gone dead silent. You should know.
I scared them all tonight.
This is
a
what
bit
happens when
different.
Chris takes a nap before we start.
Well, they've run over to the other page to post the screen captures now.
I'm gonna be all over the internet tonight, flying. Okay, back to work. No more flying for Chris. All right. Yeah, I don't fly for anybody. Very few. All right. I have a Captain America. Which I love, this Captain America. Because it's like old school. $11.17. Happy Tara says, I'm so surprised we all know how to pay bills, file taxes, and not just watch cartoons and eat Lucky Charms.
I don't know how to file taxes.
Speak for yourself.
Exactly.
really.
That tax line,
I don't know how
I'm
to
not
pay
so
bills.
sure. Okay, so we have a 13 by 19 print of Captain America fighting Nazis with Bucky on the
Lucky.
back of the motorcycle.
That's right.
Signed by Neal on the bottom.
James Buchanan Barnes on the back of the motorcycle.
13
Wow.
by 19. $100. And this baby can be yours. But do I hear the phones ringing for the Superman triptych?
Operators are standing by.
Back when Captain America was good.
Okay. Next up is Punisher. I'm going to get to a Conan print in a minute. This is a 13 by 19 Punisher. I need bullets. Pew, pew, pew. Thank you, Zia. Because Punisher does pew, pew, pew.
That's right. Neil, do any other World War II styles like this? This piece is awesome. Enjoy mine.
I think that's the only one he's done is that one.
That's it.
That's in that style. That long Superman like you would talk about, I didn't notice it back then. Yeah, I know. He tells you things and then you can't stop looking at it.
Mhm.
That's on the Kryptonite Nevermore is what we're talking about. All right, so I have Punisher up. This is 13 by 19. This was a variant cover for Marvel on Punisher #1. It is pencil and ink art by Neal, colored by Corey Adams. This is $100 to buy. It is signed by Neal. Oh, here is a code. I have another one. I dug around
Oh,
tonight.
another Conan.
Okay, 13 by 19 Conan. This is like one of Neal's finished pencil render illustrations of Conan. Really sweet piece. $100. It is signed by Neal. Killing some crazy lizardy ick
Monster
thing. So Conan fighting the lizard thing. Oh, I have one. So I don't always put up my signed ones. Usually when I'm down to just one left, I keep the one left. Okay, next up in Conan land is this one. So 13 by 19. This was a Conan cover that Neal did for Marvel. This was one of those retailer variant reaches where it was either one for 25 or one for 50. Signed by Neal on the bottom. Color on this is mauve.
Is it? Where's it 10?
I don't think it was 10. I think it was mauve. I don't have.
I wasn't there for it, so
I
I don't
have
know.
no horrible like back and forth thing, so it must be wrong.
Well, yeah, and Dad didn't tell me to do anything to it either. So.
No, I think it was mauve. Okay.
He does have gorgeous boots.
I did find one of these.
They're made for walking. Christopher Walken.
This is the Detective Comics 1000 in its black and white wash. Signed by Neal. $100. The size on this is 13 by 19. That's mad. Okay, we keep us moving along here. Because we've been goofing around too much today. Okay, next one up is Joker. So I noticed today that I think Paul Michael Moon put up on something a number of Neal's Joker pieces. He kind of made a collage. This is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal.
So Caitlin is going to claim the Batman black and white.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
Caitlin. Bombardier.
Pilot to Bombardier, pilot to Bombardier.
Okay, Caitlin is a C Caitlin or a K Caitlin?
Okay. Caitlin Chuka.
Okay. God only knows. I spelled it correct. That's mine. Thank you,
Woo!
Caitlin.
He waited till I was like leaning in, so fire that off.
Thank you. All right, next up is Crazy Three-Faced Joker. You get 3 Jokers for the price of 1 big crit.
With a half a COVID carnation on the middle one.
It's only $33 a Joker face.
Thank you.
I'm here.
The
to help.
mathematician is with us tonight. So
$33.33.
so this is 13 by 19, signed by Neal. Jokers. What are we feeling? We'll go traditional. Batman 251 in color, signed by Neal. Kelly Russ says the middle face is $34. So this is a famous 251 cover, which might be one of the covers in the IDW books, but I'm not saying that, but maybe I am. This is signed by Neal at the bottom.
Right over the Lookout Gotham.
Yes.
In silver. Hard to see it.
Yep.
But this is really a nice, actually it's a giclée. It is on that good, nice paper. So like the color on this is amazing. And it's a very nice print. If you don't already own it, I highly recommend this print. It frames really nicely. I've seen this framed at a number of people's houses online. So it is a nice piece. It is signed by Neal in silver. Sometimes it's hard to see on camera. I brought this out mostly because I think it's a cool piece that people don't understand. You have to tell them what it is.
Okay, this piece is Dr. Manhattan from the Before Watchmen.
I got a bad glare. There you go. Perfect.
From the Before Watchmen
Did.
series
Perfect.
that Adam Hughes did. And so Neal did a variant cover for one of them. And this one is Dr. Manhattan doing his signature hydrogen molecule on his forehead. But what Neal added to it was the concept that he is made of all these molecules. And so he had his son Joel spend all this time, putting in these molecules and these symbols around the figure.
Also looks like there's watch gears.
Yes, there might be as well.
Yep.
I mean, I know that he and Joel worked extensively on this, and it almost killed Joel, I think.
Oh, Joel loves that stuff.
Yeah, this is a total Joel Adams
It is.
nerd
Joel
out.
Joel did a chicken in chainmail, and he drew every link of the freaking chainmail. I'm like, you're insane.
This is what
Right.
Joel loves to do.
Right. But one of the things about this that's so interesting is that Neal just drew the figure and then kind of art directed the whole thing together with his son. So I love this piece because it represents what Dr. Manhattan is. And it's very indicative of his character and who he is as a character. I think it's wonderful. I love this cover. And it's also connected to the Adam Hughes series, the 4 issues that Adam Hughes did, which, of course, it's Adam Hughes. So Neal loved Adam Hughes' work and loved all the drawings and loved, doing it. So I think it's a great piece. I really think this is one of his intellectual pieces that he told me at a certain point. He said, Pete, you can never tell what people are going to like. And sometimes I'll do a cover and I'll love it. I'll think it's the greatest cover I've ever done. And everyone goes, nah, we don't really like that. And then I'll do
That happens so often.
Superman, Kryptonite Nevermore. And everyone goes, that's the greatest thing ever. He's like, it took me like 20 minutes. I hate it. I look at the leg. The leg's wrong. This is wrong.
So
That's
the
wrong.
color on this would be,
I think it was Corey.
would be Mom.
Yeah.
If Joel, I was gonna say if Joel didn't color it, but
I don't think Joel
I have
did.
a feeling that Corey Adams colored it. Joel did all the inside work on the figure, and Neal designed this and did the outside lines.
Yeah, he penciled and rendered the figure, but he had a vision. He obviously wanted to do something that was unique and intelligent and very intellectual, and I think it worked out great.
So this is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal, and it is $100. It is an intellectual piece, but matted and framed. I bet you this thing is pretty
bet it's
amazing.
great.
I'm thinking,
bet
like,
it's
can we
great.
do this when we're home?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this. This is one of those characters that you think, and at the time when Watchmen came out, everyone kept asking Neal, wouldn't it have been great if you had drawn that series? And he said, "Are you insane? I could never get through that. Drawing all those backgrounds, drawing it, from an Alan Moore script, which was 120 pages per issue. He was never going to get through that. That was insane." So the concept that he understood who Dr. Manhattan kind of was, and the whole space concept and the molecules and all that kind of stuff. I think he, secretly got it. He understood it.
Okay, so that's $100 for that print. If anyone's feeling intellectual tonight. Next up is the print that Chris always puts the wrong way. This is Daredevil. So Daredevil is 13 by 19. He is obviously also falling off a building. But I think he purposely falling off the building. He is $100 to buy, and it is signed by Neal. This is another one of Chris's faves. Really nice Daredevil. $100 to buy. And this is Daredevil. Why these are, because you know what's happening? I'm pushing them so far forward to keep the glare away. But it's unbalanced. Okay.
Just like
I'm going to skip Spider-Man.
Unbalanced.
Yes. All right. I do want to say that I have a color one of Kryptonite Nevermore, if anybody would prefer that over the black and white line one. We do have a color signed by Neal, 13 by 19 of the Kryptonite Nevermore. This may also be an IDW Neal Adams cover, maybe. But you didn't hear it from me.
We will deny it.
We will deny it.
But what about the...
No, that's going to be inside. Now they're all going to try to figure out what it is.
They're freeze framing you as we speak.
Here, another
Trying
clue.
to interpret Z.A. Chris sign language.
Another clue. Okay. Next up is Bucky O'Hare. I'm all over the place tonight. 13 by 19.
Because you had a nap.
Now, I would normally sell this because I do love Larry Hama and Michael Golden. And, of course, this is a drawing by Neal Adams, but Bucky O'Hare was created by Larry Hama, who did not take Chris to Alaska this weekend.
Yes,
So
but you love your sister who did this color job, so.
That is true. So this is $100 to buy if you're into Bucky O'Hare. Signed by Neal. Colored by Zia. It is $100 to buy, 13 by 19.
Really?
Oh my God, he's got the Bucky music.
It's been meddled
Fresh,
a bit.
funky rabbit from outer space. Bucky!
Is that the original?
Captain
No,
Bucky
no,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
been-
say that's
It's
a
like-
remake.
It's
Isn't
like a
it?
punk version.
Bucky!
Captain Bucky O'Hare. I always want to see William Shatner doing that in like a nightclub somewhere. Bucky, Captain Bucky O'Hare, funky fresh
Okay.
from outer space.
No, you're singing too much.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to talk it. Okay. I have another one of these because I just noticed at the top it's got white smoothie paint. I think Neal got some smoothie paint. So I mean, if you want a print with Neal smoothie paint, you can have the smoothie paint print. So this is 13 by 19. Now this is actually a piece that Neal did because he felt like it. It is a painted piece with Green Arrow and Speedy.
He actually painted this after I did the orange one. I did one of this in oranges.
Right.
So I think he was trying to show me how to do it right without showing me how to do it right.
Ugh. Signed by Neal. But this is it's like a very painted.
No, I love this.
It's a very painted piece.
He showed me up. It's all good. If anybody on this planet can show me up, it's that.
13 by 19 is the size. This is on that nice watercolor Giclée paper.
And feels good.
I didn't even mean to grab that one. That is this one.
I would like to point out that Neal actually wrote the lyrics to that Bucky O'Hare theme.
How can you tell?
Because I had to type it.
With lyrics like Funky Fresh Rabbit.
Out of
Okay.
space.
Next up is I never remember the cover number.
232.
Thank you. 232. Ra's al Ghul. First cover, which is an IDW Neal Adams gallery book cover.
Oh, the boys are back.
Oh, like you didn't say that to me online the other night. But I made fun of your snort.
This is signed by Neal, 13 by 19. Is that the first time you guys saw Ra's al Ghul?
I believe this is the first issue.
Yes, this is the first time.
Yeah, but the first time you saw him was on
Yeah.
a cover. It wasn't like he was
Yeah.
like inside
Right.
the issue before
Yeah,
that.
this is the first time.
Talia appeared before this.
Talia appeared the issue before.
Right, that I know, because Talia and Neal did not have anything to do with.
Until he made her
And-
beautiful and sexy.
yes, until he changed how she looked.
He atomized her.
Sure. Okay, so I can see why this is like a big,
Oh, it's this
Right.
huge cover.
That's a
Huge.
key
Yeah.
issue.
like,
Huge.
who is that scary guy in the background?
Well, he also did. I mean, this is also, he did Ra's al Ghul in pencil.
Yeah.
So this was also an interesting cover because it wasn't, the standard comic book cover. This had an effect going on.
And then he carried that over to the treasury. Right
Sure.
behind.
And
Yeah.
of course, Robin's being shot.
Oh, I
There's that.
But how many times was Robin shot, really? I mean, come on.
Well, he was busy.
I mean, he's wearing yellow. You know,
He's
it's
wearing
it's kind of hard to miss.
I mean, Batman was always saying, Robin, go see if they have any ammo left.
I mean, even a stormtrooper could hit him.
Stormtrooper, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. I'm going to go to the more expensive Giclée. So this is based on Neal's Green Lantern painting. This is a newer Giclée. This one is $200 to buy. It is 13 by 19. This gets a hologram sticker of Neal's signature because we did this after Neal had passed. But it is a piece that in a lot of videos you see at the end of our conference room table, because Neal kept working and playing with this for a while. Hal Jordan. Green Lantern. This is $200 to buy. I love the colors on this. I want somebody to buy this so they can frame it, so I can see it, because I know the colors on this a lot.
Oh, this would look amazing framed.
Yeah,
If you're a Green Lantern fan, this is the piece to buy.
yeah, I totally agree with the orange and the green.
And he's rocking Neal's hairstyle. So.
That is true. Okay, next up is I did because I showed the black and white Batman Detective. So Neal did the black and white, and that went out as our comic cover. And then he took that piece and then painted it. So this is the finished painted piece of that cover.
So
that,
Caitlin, if you want the color version as well, let us know. You can save on shipping.
Right. So this again is 13 by 19. It is $100. It is signed by Neal. It is a good one.
And this one's 200.
No, this one is 100. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. I have a Miss Mystic that is 11 by 14. It is on that linen paper. I have 2 of them. It is a signed edition of 200, I believe. I'm sure not all 200 were bought. And it is 100 to buy. It is signed by Neal. I have numbers, I think it was 13 and 12. Or 14 and 13. I'm not quite sure.
Caitlin was laughing.
The one you have up is
Batman.
12.
Alright, so that one is 12.
Yeah. And that one is 14.
Alright, so I have 12 and 14 on this. Of an edition of 200.
And how much are these?
These are 100 to buy. This is pencil, which is the reason why it is light in nature. It is from the New Heroes portfolio. Okay. Next up is Blue Lady. Blue Lady is 11 by 14. It is signed by Neal. This was the Star Reach, I believe, #1 cover. All Neal Adams. And I always like the guy that comes out of the background that you don't notice at first, and then you're like, wait a minute, there's a guy back there. So, that. In Conan Land, I have this one, which is 13 by 19. It is not signed by Neal because this was done. Randy Funk is claiming a Blue Lady.
Yay!
Thank you, Randy.
And that's 100.
Yep. Randy Funk. So this that you're looking at right now is Conan. Conan is a 13 by 19. And you know what? I'm taking him out of this plastic. That was for Randy's Blue Lady.
In 3D.
Okay. This way there won't be glare. So this one is 200 to buy. It is one of our new Giclées from this year. It is not signed by Neal. I'm sorry, Richard. It's not signed by Neal because we made this after Neal had passed. So it will get a hologram sticker with his name on it that we place on the back. This is a very hard work piece. He did it on a colored paper. This piece is like magical.
Yeah.
In when you actually see it in real life, it's pretty amazing. It's very classic. So again, 200, signed by Neal. Very classic Conan.
So few people could do that pose. You know, and have him hunched over a little bit. And the spear is, of course, part of the magic.
Yeah.
You know, it makes the composition.
And I think the lighting on this brings it over the
Yeah,
top.
absolutely. It's a great piece.
Yep. Highly recommend this piece to people. It's a showstopper. Okay, Conan's going on the table.
Keep your plastic.
I have it. Oh,
No, your
shit.
plastic.
I thought I had left that. Mm,
Everything is sticking to each other.
it's Friday night. I can tell. Stickers are stuck to my plastics. It's falling
Plastic
on my
stuck to your head.
Sticky icky.
Holy crap!
Dang.
That's a very sticky.
Wow.
I don't even know where that sticker came from.
Very clingy.
I don't even have that color on the table.
It's the mystery sticker.
Mystery sticker. All right, I'll put this one up. This is the other Ra's al Ghul 244. Somehow Ra's al Ghul got Batman's outfit off of Batman.
Neil actually pointed that out to me for the first time. That there were 2 pair of leggings.
Well, they couldn't, apparently, according to DC, they couldn't allow Batman to not be wearing his tights.
Plates!
So,
Well, I had to go through comics code.
because Neil originally drew it as if he was just wearing shorts, and then
Boxers.
just boxers.
Batman
ladies.
boxers.
Batman boxers. And then they colored it, it colored his leg, and, as if he was wearing tights.
Yeah.
And he always laughs because he's like, when you take off Batman's outfit, what's he wearing underneath? Another outfit.
So I'm sure comics code. We used to hand in Miss Mystic,
Oh,
and Miss Mystic, the last thing we did to her was zip-a-tone. So you generally will send in your black and white art to the comics code to get it approved. And we would always run into problems with Miss Mystic because she was zip-a-tone costume. So they always thought she was just like a naked lady. So every Miss Mystic comic would come back like, no, this can't go out. And then we would have to explain again that she gets a zip-a-tone costume. So
I don't
I'm
want to scare
sure-
anybody, but Batman does have a hairy chest here. So that can be a
Well, I
little
was like, did Neil draw
off-putting.
hairy legs on his calves?
That's a good question. I don't think he did. I think the hairy chest was the important part.
But nobody ever mentions that Ra's al Ghul's probably just this area on this cover.
Yeah.
It probably is. But back then, in the old days, men used to have hairy chests. They don't anymore, but they used to.
Now we man sculpt.
We can sculpt.
And skate.
Sculpting.
Okay.
I'm sculpting and escaping.
I
So
don't know.
before this cover, the superheroes used to shave their chests before they went out.
Well, afterwards,
What?
The
definitely.
bodybuilders shaved, didn't they?
Yeah.
Real men wax.
They shaved their butt cheeks.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing, Mitch.
All right, I am going to do a little bit of art, and then we'll do. Pete is actually here because he wasn't here Wednesday, and he has a cool. Pete has been finding magic comics that kind of went to the side, like quickly came out and just got buried and never got reprinted or whatever. But they are gems, and Pete has been going through a number of comics, finding those little treasures. So we decided to have Pete come on tonight, and he's got a treasure that we may have missed from our past. So I'm going to do a little bit of art, and then I'm going to let you go. So just give me like a top chunk. It's going to be, up to there because then I hit. Okay, Z, you're going to have to tell me when I'm supposed to hit the cards because I don't know where the cards come in our deck
Oh, okay.
because they're stuck in the box.
Yep.
All right. And this is the one that you don't have.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to start with, this is a silly one. So this is, and I'm going to let Rich talk about this because Rich is know-it-all of this.
Well, I actually had this as a kid from 1976. This was the Marvel stamp collection album. So this was the art that they used for Doctor Strange. This is a stat of the line work, but it is original colors. And this is one of the actual folders that it came in, the stamps, Fantastic Four. There was 6 different envelopes of stamps that came with this collection. There was both a Marvel and a DC one. And years later, I discovered that Continuity actually worked on these, which is really cool. So this dates back to 1976. Original colors. Is that Dr. Martin Dies on that, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes, that would be dies. So to answer Jim Hackett, the 244 that I have out here is not signed, but I do have 244s signed. Very limited, and I obviously grabbed one that wasn't signed, probably because it's safer to do that, which probably means how many we have of those is very limited left with Neal's signature.
So Michael Kirby is asking if this was colored by Neal, the Doctor Strange.
I doubt that Neal would have colored it. It probably was one of, at this point in time, I would almost say probably one of the crusty bunkers.
Yeah, it's right around that time period.
So,
Jim Hackett says, I'll take it.
okay, Jim, thank you. I'll pull the Batman.
So he's taking the
He's taking the
244?
244 one.
okay. Thank you, Jim. And Peter Stone just joined us on Instagram.
Yes, it did.
I'm gonna blow the balloon.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I got it.
Aim it rich.
Always. That's my job is to aim it rich. Well, this is
Bomb magnet.
yeah, okay. This is a good bomb that actually the plastic comes off. Okay, for Jim Hackett. Ah! Boom. Boom, baby, boom.
I see his new nickname, Boom Boom.
Boom, boom, Adams. Okay, so Doctor Strange is $200?
200.
200.
So you get a vintage piece of colored art as well as the vintage packaging
Right.
from the stamp collection. Very cool.
I loved it, and I saved it for a zillion years. Only to sell it to you guys later in life. Okay. Doctor Strange hits the table. Next up this is the Conan layouts. So each one of these layouts is 4 inches by 6 inches, which there are 2 layouts, sorry. 2 layouts, and this is Neal figuring out, obviously, his composition and which one felt better to him or whoever he was doing this for. When Neal worked for DC and Marvel, he did layouts where they would pick what they liked. Sometimes it was a very similar layout. Sometimes it's very different layouts. And this is Neal going, do I show Conan's back or do I show Conan's front? And what makes for a more exciting cover? So both of these are signed by Neal. Because Neal signed it in the middle. There's only one signature on it. It is $500 to buy. And it is the Conan layouts. Like I said, each one of these layouts is 4 inches by 6 inches. And it's a strong Conan. I love this one down here. And I like the back of Conan. Because it's rare that you see the back. All right, next up is another layout, starting with layouts. This was for Batman Forever. This is one of the prelims for the licensing book. It is Batman and Robin is the figure above. They're both kind of flying down. Batman Forever was the Batman and Robin movie.
Yes, with
Chris
Mr. Freeze, I think.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it was with
No, it was,
Riddler and
Oh,
Poison
Two-Face.
Ivy.
that one?
Two-Face. You're right.
Two-Face, right? Because that's what's in the licensing.
Okay.
Because we only do this twice a week.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy were in Batman and Robin.
Right.
Excuse me.
The next.
The other
I'm
Joel
sorry. I'm
Schumacher.
sorry.
The
I'm
Bond.
sorry. I totally blanked out on those movies. So
$800 for this prelim,
With everyone's favorite Batgirl.
and it's signed by Neal,
not
I
mine.
believe, right?
Yes.
Yes.
In pencil.
There is a signature down at the bottom
As if.
for $800.
Currently in the Where Is She Now list.
Okay, next up is a very large Batman piece. This is cover size. Batman in the Rain. This is 14,000 to buy, I believe. Pencil and ink Neal.
And this has a crazy amount of pencil detail with all the shading on there that Neil did.
Andrew agrees with you. Most of us have erased those movies from our minds.
Yes.
Z and I are going to be working on this to possibly be a cover.
So
Okay.
grab it now before it's published.
And it is signed by Neal.
Very lightly in pencil in the bottom right hand corner.
Billy Bob says it should be in a museum.
Should be. You're
Okay,
right.
Indiana Jones.
So 14,000 for Batman.
It's supposed to be in a museum.
I hate snakes. I hate them.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Exactly. Okay. Whoa. Next up is the MetLife Peanuts baseball trophy.
You better buy this stuff before Chris trashes it all.
I'm having problems tonight. I'm never taking
I know,
a nap.
and you had a nap.
I'm never taking a nap again before the show. It's not
Honestly.
good. I've done it twice. It doesn't work for me.
I don't know.
And I want you to know I slept through all of Rich finding music tonight.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Like a
sitting,
true mom.
That's what
I
actually
can-
put her to sleep.
I can sleep through anything.
I was sitting here, and Rich kept on like maybe 15, 20 seconds of a song at the most, and he'd switch to another one. And I was like, "Are you looking for something, or is this how you listen to music? Because you listen to music like it's somebody with ADD."
And
When-
Chris slept through it
When in
all.
fact someone was doing research for the music for the show.
Okay, so we have Peanuts up. The large piece of Peanuts art. Basically, if you wanted to hang this and not have it be a MetLife piece, we can definitely patch over Snoopy's little briefcase there and get rid of the MetLife symbol. This is 200 to buy.
600.
Oh, 600 to buy. Sorry, from behind it looks like 200. 600 to buy. And we worked on MetLife for many, many years. Matter of fact, next Wednesday, on Weird Wednesday, I'm going to show you the different campaigns we worked on for MetLife. That, like, secret Neal Adams that
Oh,
people didn't know.
Victor, I saw something that belongs to you the other day, so it should be hopefully coming to you soon. It happened at New York Comic Con.
And it's not the cover we sent tonight.
Nope.
Because I don't want him to think it's what he's already seen.
And it was,
We showed him something today.
and I was pleasantly surprised at the number that was on it.
He actually got good numbers on most of his books.
Mm.
So. Okay, Peanuts for 600. Pencil and ink Neal. Okay, next up is Superman. with obviously bleeding from kryptonite light. This is 2,500. This is pencil and ink Neal with Jason on color. This is 2,500 to buy. And this is a piece that, once again, when you see it for realsies, it has a whole different feel. That green is a little bit more kryptonite looking than it does on the cameras. This piece is signed by Neal, obviously. And it's a dramatic Superman piece. Not Superman at his strongest, but Superman at his most concerned, a little angry.
I was going to say angriest, maybe.
Right. 2,500 for Superman. And I like it because Superman has that like bumpity bump down his
Well, the
arm.
interesting thing about this time period when Neal was drawing Superman is he was kind of fascinated about the concept of making Superman bleed. That Superman never bled. So he wanted to explore that and did in the series he did. So this was a part of it.
Maybe it came from making Superman bleed in Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Well, I think he beat the crap out of him, and he basically said Superman dies in that.
Right.
So, when they did the death of Superman, he was like, "Yeah, I already did that." So.
Okay, this is a layout. This is a Batman pencil layout. They would call this Batman with the Batarang. This is 900 to buy. This would get a certificate of authenticity stating it is Neal. Again, these pencils are really great. The work that he does on the faces, a lot of times you don't see that in the inks, actually. So it has a great face, like he's shading that face with the sides of pencils and using different tonalities even within that pencil shading, whether it's the upper part of the mask to the actual face shadows. So these are actually pretty amazing in real life to see because it's the same pencil. It's not like Neal changed different pencils to get that shading. He just knew how to work a pencil. Know how to work a pencil, man. $900 for Batman with the Batarangs. Okay, next up is Batgirl. Okay, Batgirl is 1,800. She is 11 by 14. Pencil and ink Neal. You know what this is? Wait a second, I'm going to pull this out. 11 by 14 because this gets a lot of glare and you miss the airbrushing. And I want you guys to actually see the work on this. If you're on Facebook, you're going to catch these hands and you really get to see it well. 11 by 14 Batgirl for 1,800. Tons of airbrushing on this. It is a large piece at a great price. Like I said, a lot of hand airbrush, well, not hand airbrush, but airbrushing on it. That digital airbrushing. And I always feel like she's like out on a dock or something. A pretty cool piece. 1800 for Batgirl. For I give up tonight. Everything is very electric tonight.
It's not cooperating.
Okay, next one is Doctor Doom versus Dracula. Now, I don't know how many times Doctor Doom fought Dracula.
Once.
Yeah, this is it.
So I would say this is a one of a kind. This is it's basically like a pencil layout, even though this is an inked layout by Neal. It is Doctor Doom with Dracula. Looks like he's on a castle. This is a piece that personally I like. Just because it's cool and free and two characters that you would never think together, but yet it kind of works. 1200, and like I always say, there's not that much Doctor Doom art of Neal Adams out there. I think maybe there's 8 pieces of Doctor Doom out there. Maybe. So this is very few times has Neal drawn Doctor Doom. This is one of them. So 1200, this is like when I used to let them take the Galactus cover out, and it sat in a portfolio going to every convention out there for like 3 to 4 years, and nobody bought it. And now everybody wants the Galactus cover. So this is like one of Chris's Galactus covers. I say, buy it, and I'm going to show it, and then eventually something will happen, and everybody's going to be like, that Doctor Doom piece. So, Doctor Doom, once again, million Batmans, million Supermans, millions of Hal Jordans, millions of Deadmans.
We got a claim from Lance.
Oh,
Lance
nice
is going to
one.
buy it.
He said, I have the color for this, and I wrote in, you can own the prelim too. And he says, you talked me into it, I'll take it. Thank you, Lance.
Took a lot of arm twisting there. You can get the prelim too.
Okay, so Lance Reeder, the owner of the other Doctor Doom that Neal drew,
Way to go, Lance.
owns the market on, he gets a big bomb.
Oh, Pete gets to do a big bomb. Or is Chris going to do it?
Do the big bomb.
Oh, are we feeling a little aggression? We need to do the big bomb?
I do.
Okay. You go.
So Lance, here is your Doctor Doom piece.
That is great buy.
And I am jealous. I was hoping nobody would buy it. Okay, for Lance. Hold our ears. Let the bomb go. Okay, ready?
Bombs away.
Wait.
Pete might want to cover for this.
Cover your. Yeah.
Ooh, got Rich good. Richard back. Torch the boy.
Good one.
Did a good job. See, we should take a picture of Rich. He's covered.
They put spray mount on me before the show.
Yeah.
Some people get tarred and feathered. You get spray mounted and bombed.
Yeah. One for the team.
Which may be worse. And taxes. Are you
Taxes,
being a
taxes.
grown up? Join the dark side. Live with us. Wait for the IRS to come to your house. All right.
Okay, so Chris, the cards come after this piece.
Okay. After the cards, I'm gonna let Pete go.
So Lance just said the idea for that was the opening sequence of the novel Dracula, where Harker sees Dracula climbing the wall of his castle like a lizard. So that's where the concept came from.
Interesting.
Nice to know that.
It is nice to know that. It's a
Story
great
behind the
piece.
story.
I know you're finished, Lance, and there's just hold on a second. There's just something that is
That's not what I'm saying.
yeah, it is because he ordered it.
No. I understand, but remembering the story, and I've read the novel. Harker looks out the window, and Dracula coming up the side of the building. He's coming up the side of the castle.
He looks
So
like
he's
he's
going
coming
like
up the
that.
side of the castle.
It does not look like he's going up the side. It looks like he's leaping at Dr. Doom.
Pete, sometimes you just gotta go with it.
Do you want us to sell this piece or not?
No, I'll take it home.
Sure.
Well, what I was going to say, Lance, is I know the piece you have is finished, and I love Dr. Doom's face in the black and white. And there's just something that is a little bit, when Neal does prelims, it's a little bit more visceral than when he actually draws the piece. And there's just something that goes on in here, and even Dracula, that is just very visceral.
There's a
in
lot
this
of
piece.
kinetic energy.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I love this. So, okay.
Very cool.
I'm on to this one now. Okay, so what we're looking at now is 11 by 14. This is Batman and Joker battling it out. Like they're in, what's the ring that people go in? Not Thunderdome, but the new
UFC.
USC, right? And, or they're in Fight Club. Actually, it's more like Fight Club.
So Lance just came back with Pete's right. It evolved from that idea, and Jason and he thought this layout would be more dynamic.
Okay.
So there you go.
Lance, you're not helping me with Pete.
I won't say anything. You guys can be wrong all night. I don't care.
But that's why they love you, because you're like, oh, finally, they got a smart one on the show.
One of us. One of us.
Okay, so once again, this is 11 by 14.
Apparently, according to Andrea, this is a cage match.
It is a cage match, because I was looking for what the word was. So, this is obviously Joker winning this round. Is Batman the Joker? Maybe. Okay, this is 2,000 to buy.
You can't talk about it, though.
You can't talk about it, right?
Chris, you're rolling on your scarf.
Okay. And this, I'm going to take it off. And what am I doing? This is Pencil and Ink Neal, colored by Zia. It is a signed piece by Neal and can be a signed piece by Zia for sure. $2,000 for this piece. Very action-oriented. It also has the feel of actually Dad's older kind of, it's definitely his older Joker kind of feel. So, I like this one. All right, so is this where my cards come in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
They're
going
right
to
in front of you, Petey.
yeah, they're in that box. Now this takes me forever to do. This is like really hard because my Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, as my sister will point out,
I didn't say nothing. I
don't
didn't say
Don't
nothing.
fit. Okay, so these are Marvel Premiere cards. We did, I guess they're kind of like chase cards, where inside the Marvel Premiere pack, there were cards drawn by Neal. And when you do that, they'll give the artist, especially if you're Neal Adams, because you won't do the job unless you get them. They give you extra cards just in case you make a mistake. And then you're supposed to give those cards back, which we never do. And basically, Neal took the 4 extra cards for doing mistakes and did characters on them. So these are them. These are 800 a piece. They are pencil and ink Neal. Color in these
I think they're Dad.
we all feel it is
Dad.
it is Dad. And I have a feeling he actually did these on a weekend, which really to me says that it was Dad with his own markers at home. These are 800 a piece, and like I said, they are truly on Marvel Premiere card stock. So these are better than if he drew them on a continuity paper cardstock because they are on actual Marvel Premier trading cards.
So what's the price on these?
$800 each.
Jason said Dad colored them. So they are $800 each. I like Hulk.
Got that double lighting going on.
Yep. Sucker for double lighting on Hulk.
Neil loves that.
Double edge
Wally-
lighting? Dad? No.
You love that Wally Wood double lighting.
Was Wally Wood the first?
I think he probably was, at least in terms of black and white,
Mm.
because he would always say that. Do the Wally Wood thing.
Wally Wood does some really dynamic painting.
Yes.
I love it like that.
He was exceptional.
For the dumb girl.
He was exceptional.
Okay, so $800 each. Think about them on Marvel Premier cardstock.
Hello, Paul.
Good evening, Paul. These are cool to own, guys.
Also known as Captain Screen Capture.
they also frame up really well and they don't take a lot of wall space. Think about that.
There you go.
You can have a little mini apartment and put these on the wall and you'll be fine. So you can also, like, if you hang them when your wife isn't home and then you have to hide them, they're easy to like take off the wall really quick and stick them in your pocket. They are pocket sized.
You can palm them.
You can put them on the refrigerator. She may not even notice.
Put a magnet on them.
That is true. Okay, I'm going to take my little cards away and I'm going to let P take over the show. Are you ready? I can keep going.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to give you my setup because I think do you have show and tells here?
I have shown those.
Okay, I'll move the pineapple. So normally,
Pineapple under the sea.
normally we do this on Wednesday, but Pete was, we were getting our washer dryer replacement.
We were.
So Pete was taking care of our new washer dryer, which I'm happy to say finally is in and
it
is
works.
working.
And it works. Which is awesome.
Oh, look at this. Pan and scan. You may have missed this. So guys on Instagram, you got to get
And
over to
YouTube.
Facebook
Yeah.
or YouTube. Neal's YouTube is Neal Adams spelled DOT.com. So NEALADAMS.DOTCOM. And then you get the whole Peter Stone experience here.
Right. You get the whole deal.
Are you experienced?
We are getting so fancy and techy in this place. Our show is really taking a new.
It's turning for the worse.
Okay.
So tonight we're going to talk about an artist that Neal had a lot of appreciation for, and because I'm doing this thing of stuff you may have missed, I'm picking something that I loved as a younger comic fan, but I don't think a lot of people have gotten a chance to see it. P. Craig Russell was, and in my opinion still is, one of the better inkers and artists in the industry. And his line work is quite exceptional. In fact, even Michael Golden said, that he did a great job on his short story for Doctor Strange. And P. Craig Russell is definitely known for his Doctor Strange. He's done adapted Oscar Wilde fairy tales. He's done a number of Neil Gaiman adaptations, Coraline being, of course, one of the ones that everyone probably knows. And of course, at the very beginning of his career, he started working on something called Killraven. Now, for those of you who don't know what Killraven is, it actually started as something that Neal, Roy Thomas, and Jerry Conway came up with. Neal penciled, I think, I want to say 8 to 10 pages, but then backed out. I'm not quite sure why, but he
told me
did.
why.
Okay.
He said when Roy Thomas left the book.
Oh, Roy left?
Yeah.
And he was left with Jerry Conway? Okay. Well,
And that. Okay.
No, he said he came on the book because of Roy.
Right.
and it was really based on a new interpretation of the War of the Worlds story. And Neal had, he wanted to take, this character and change it enough that it wasn't War of the Worlds anymore, but it still had, the aliens that come to Earth and, do horrible things. And so eventually he took the unused concepts and took them to Continuity, which of course he owned, and created a secondary character named Titan. And so that's where all that stuff that he originally planned for Killraven ended up. And later on, P. Craig Russell took over the book with Don McGregor as the writer. And that really became what, and if we have a picture, I think we have a couple of pictures of that.
Yeah, we have the cover and we have the.
Yeah, either one is fine. So those are probably more familiar to people who are comic fans. Like, yeah, see this Marvel graphic novel, Killraven, which I loved as a kid, was pretty good, and that became the whole thing that he was known for, was Killraven, and he did that for a couple of years before he finally stepped away from Marvel and started doing basically his own stuff. And he did an adaptation of an opera called Parsifal, which was based on the Arthurian romance stuff. And there was a movie made of that opera, which I actually sat through, which was exhaustingly long. It was just painful, but I did manage to get through it. And but his adaptation of it was beautiful. It had these wonderful castles and and knights and swords and all sorts of great stuff.
Look, he's another guy that's not afraid to draw. Like, he
Not afraid of
fills a
work.
page. He's not afraid of working.
Oh, absolutely not. So
And there's an elegance to his work.
absolutely. So I mean, his men are never big bulky characters who are punching other big bulky characters. They're always very ethereal, and the women are beautiful, and the men they're slightly effeminate, but they're still wonderful to look at. And the story that I wanted to talk about tonight, at least briefly, is a series he did for Eclipse called Peleus and Melisande. And it's also based on an opera. And it was done, and forgive me for reading from my notes, but it was based on a play by Maurice Maeterlinck in 1902. And Claude Debussy adopted that play into an opera. And it's the only opera Debussy ever completed, and is considered a landmark in 20th century music. Now, the story is, it's over the top. It's very melodramatic. It's lots of, pontification. And, this older man finds this beautiful young woman in a forest glade, and immediately falls in love with her. She doesn't really tell you where she's from or who she really is. He falls in love with her, and of course immediately marries her, because that's what you do in operas. And he brings her back to his castle, where he is a king, and his younger half brother Peleus is living there in this castle, and they of course, the two younger people immediately, see each other and start hanging out. And this guy Gilad, I think I'm saying that right, immediately becomes suspicious, goes through this whole process of trying to figure out if they are, having this affair on him. And in this scene that Zia is posting right now, she loses her wedding band in this well. And so he immediately thinks that she's thrown it away, or she doesn't love him anymore, or she never did love him, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is. Yeah, see, she throws it up and then it drops into the water. And again, it's beautiful art, but it's an opera, so it's always melodramatic. Everything is way over the top. But reading it is just a joy because it's so pretty. And P. Craig Russell obviously loves the material, obviously loves doing this kind of thing. And at the end, her husband discovers that, she's lost the ring, he doesn't trust her anymore, and he is convinced that his half-brother is having an affair. And so he attacks him and stabs him with a sword, and his half-brother dies. And Melisande is just, she's heartbroken, and she gives birth to a daughter and then immediately dies. Because again, that's what you do in operas. You have these,
Everybody dies.
Right.
these
Over
tragic
melodramatic.
events, these tragic events. And see, there he is. He's slicing his half brother, and then he dies. And
So we were pushing this because we like P. Craig Russell's artwork.
because we love P. Craig Russell's artwork.
Right.
Now, a lot of people have seen his other stuff, his Ring of the Nibelung stuff, his Elric material is wonderful. He did a great adaptation of a Jungle Book story called Red Dogs, which I think is just exceptional. He has stepped away from conventional comics, so he does this crowdfunding kind of stuff where he puts together his artwork, and I think there's something coming out soon. As I recall, I found something out today. 50 years in full color. So it's beautiful paintings by P. Craig Russell that have never seen print before. Gods, monsters, men, Valkyries, demons. It's a wonderful, it looks like a wonderful book. Wonderful art book. And even Neal loved looking at his work. In fact, at a certain point, and I think Chris could probably tell me more about this than I know, he was trying to sell one of his early
Right. It was
stories.
a story called Dance on Razor's Edge, was my introduction actually to him
Right.
when we were doing Echo.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because it came in towards the end of us doing Echo. I'm not quite sure what got in the way of us not doing it. Because I think we were all set to do it. So I just can't remember that far back.
Right.
But I just remember the artwork coming in and it just being beautiful and elegant and light compared
Right.
to a lot of stuff and Echo was full of a lot of different artwork.
Right.
We had Neil's Frankenstein, Werewolf, Dracula. We had Arthur Synum doing Mugwogs. We had Michael Golden doing, Bucky O'Hare. And here comes this very elegant art. And
Almost
it was
ethereal.
samurai. It was like
Yeah.
a samurai story.
Yeah.
And it just was like gorgeous.
It came from his Night Music series. He did a series of short stories called Night Music, which I think Eclipse or Dark Horse reprinted at some point. But it was just this wonderful series of short stories. Each one was a little bit different and unique. And
So you think we should find this?
I think, if you like P. Craig Russell, I think this is a great 2-issue short story. It is based on an opera, so it is a little melodramatic, but the artwork I think is quite excellent. It's really a great short read,
Mm-hmm.
and this is also someone who has done a tremendous amount of work in comics, continues to work in comics, continues to do these.
But yeah, you
wonderful.
never hear his name really out there and all
Yeah.
of that.
He actually inked one of Neal's 30 covers for DC that month of
27.
27, sorry. 27 covers for DC. And it was the Superman
Holding Wonder Woman.
holding Wonder Woman, I think it was.
Yeah,
Right.
over the building.
Right. No, not that one. The one where she's dying in his arms.
Oh, okay.
That one.
Got that.
It's a great little piece. And obviously P. Craig Russell was willing to ink Neal, which I don't think he had done before.
No, he really does his own stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He does his own stuff. And I think that finding some of these little gems like this can be really interesting because they're not, Batman beating the crap out of Joker every month.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's different. It's obviously a labor of love. He really enjoys doing operas. He really enjoys the forests and the ethereal qualities of things. And I think he's a great artist, and I just don't think he gets the credit that he really deserves. His Doctor Strange everyone loves, but it's still Doctor Strange. This is something that's unique, and he gets to write it, he gets to control it, he gets to color it, he gets to do the whole thing. So
Nice.
this is him at his purest form. And
Okay.
I could have picked something else.
We're gonna cut you up and go back to Neal Adams.
Okay.
So basically, that is
Screw
a
Neal.
taste. That is a taste of what we do on Wednesday nights. Are you gonna have a piece for Wednesday night?
I can.
Okay. So Pete will be back on Wednesday night, and like I said, he's finding small gems. I'm sure he'll even find I know of a small gem of Neal Adams that gets overlooked.
Which is
I'm not gonna tell. I'll tell you,
okay.
and then you can do a piece.
okay.
So, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. They all love it. I mean, Happy Towers was saying that he did buy the Jezebel Jade and it made him cry. So that there are comics that just go out there. They go out there at the wrong time, or the
Wrong
world
subject
is
matter or
busy, or something overshadows it.
Doesn't
And
have Batman in it.
Right, and it is nice to have someone say, "Hey, stop the world a minute and go back and look at this." There are a lot of gems out there that people overlooked, or you
Right.
just weren't the right age.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes you grow with your own age and you're looking for stuff. Here is stuff that you might even like today. So support the comic industry. I hear it's having a lot of problems and retailers are suffering. So, go into your retailer and ask for.
And there's plenty of places that you can find this material, and it doesn't cost that much
Well, nobody cares about it. So it's
because
cheap.
no one really cares about it. So you can get
Right.
it for like $3 or $5 or something, and you'll have a great time.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to Neal now, and we're going to go through still a pile of work that we have available for sale tonight. So what I have up right now is an 8.5 by 11 Superman piece. But Z and I are deciding whether we're going to leave it like this or we're going to color it. This is $3,000 to buy. We call this the Superman Splat because it has a splatter effect background. This is pencil and ink Neal. Splatter effect is generally Jason. It is a sign piece by Neal. This is probably one of our last of unpublished art, really dramatic pieces of Superman. And it's obviously Superman flying forward towards us. The size is 8.5 by 11, and the price on this is $3,000. Okay, this is a piece that Zia just recently colored. It's a piece that we showed. This was Batman with the short ears, that we still have at a $3,000 price. It has now been colored. So, I'll wait for Zia to get it together here. So this is now Pencil and Ink Neal, color by Zia. We have Zia's color guide, which she showed as she was doing this. And we have the finished piece. So this is $3,000 to buy. It is a signed piece by Neal. Yeah. And what you're seeing here is the color guide, which is a little one, and then the actual original drawing with color on it. And Andrea's saying this looks great, Z.
Thank you.
And it is $3,000 to buy. This is also up on Facebook if you really want to get a good look at it. That way you can control it and come in on it. It is a really nice illustrated piece of art with a really nice color job to it. And it was interesting that actually up here I have one of the prints posters for Neal Adams' Batman illustration, and I was walking by it after Zia had just finished this piece, and I was like, yes, Happy Towers, we are throwing the color guide in with the piece. And her color scheme of this is exactly like the Batman illustrated poster print. So the next time we show this, I'll pull that Batman poster. I was going to do it, and then I forgot about it tonight.
But we were napping.
Because I was. So this has the red and gray effect, or red and blue effect, that Neal has done on his Batman illustrated covers. Excuse me, is also on this. The size on this is 11 by 14, Aaron. This was the one that we always referred to as a heavier Batman. It is kind of Frank Miller's Batman. We always loved it because we loved the boots that Neal drew on this one. It is a big, full figure of Batman, very well illustrated. He does have the big, chunkier boots. We always love the tread on the bottom of the boots there. It is a signed piece.
Well, considering how much he runs around in the rain, I think he needs treads to not go slipping and sliding.
That is true. So it is, like I said, it is signed. It also still has the original, because this is an older piece we've had for a while. It still has the original certificate of authenticity, which has Neal's thumbprint on it. So it still has our older certificate of authenticity by Neal. So it's a piece we've had for a while. It never moved. And I said, let's color it up, Z. And that is what we did. Doc Martin boots. Exactly.
Thank you, Andrea.
So again, it is posted up on Facebook if you want to get a really good look at it, where you can blow it up yourself and look at it. It is up there. And the price on this is $3,000.
Yep, it was $3,000 in black and white.
Right, and you get the color guide along with it. So we threw it all together, hoping it would finally find a home. I think Zia did a knockout job on it. We decided to go with the not Neal Adams yellow Batman. And, we did the Frank Miller splat. Okay, next up, this is actually from from the Batman licensing book for the movie. And like I said, there was a time period of confusion over whether this was going to be not Mighty Mouse.
I was just looking at the price.
It's a $6,000 prize. Basically, this was before we realized that they were going to do that Art Deco style guide. So this is a little less Art Deco-y. This is one of Neal's presentation layouts for it. It is Robin coming forward with Batman.
What number do we have on this?
This really is, we didn't price it.
I was gonna say, I don't have a price in my
We don't have a
notepad.
price on this. So I mean, you guys, if anybody
Make me an offer.
wanted to buy this, I would say DM us. I'm going to find out what the price is this weekend. I just realized, like, duh.
Derp.
Right.
You took a nap?
Chris took a nap. And I do not have a price. But this will be back up on Wednesday. It is a gorgeous design piece. It is 11 by 14, pretty much. But I love this piece. I think this piece is great. I love Robin's cape on this. I love the positioning of Robin on this. Or actually, it's Batman cape. Sorry, Batman's cape. But I think Robin is fantastic. And the way Batman's cape comes up behind Robin, it feels like it's Robin's cape. What's wrong, Jake?
Nothing. Andrea says it must have been a nice nap.
It was.
She has a comfy chair.
I have
in
a
her
comfy
area.
chair and it got warm and I fell out. So it happens.
Of course, Jade has the most comfy couch.
She does.
That will like suck you in and
Right.
make it impossible to get out.
Okay, this is Mighty Mouse. This is a published piece. Mighty Mouse is $6,000 to buy. I did find the black and white comic that goes along with it. This is $6,000 to buy. It is a published cover by Neal. If Sam Green were with us tonight, he'd be saying, I have the second cover. So I will do that for him. But this is the first cover. Obviously, it is based on the Superman breaking chains. It is Mighty Mouse breaking chains. Who came first, Mighty Mouse or Superman?
Superman, I think.
Superman? Okay.
I believe so.
And you'll notice on the pan and scan, we have the traditional Neal Adams coffee stain on the top right-hand side.
So you know it's an original Neal Adams.
Yes. Superman.
And Sam is with us. He says, I do. I am really tempted with this. Well, you know, this was actually a cover that I was going to take because I actually convinced my dad to do the Mighty Mouses, and he didn't really want to do it. And I was like, fun, Dad. And I was going to keep the first one, but I was like, nah, I'll put it out. But you know, I may change my mind and take it back. I do that. Like, you got to grab these things when I'm like, okay, I'll let it go. So, $6,000 on Mighty Mouse. Very nice cover. And I also...
It's too sexy for Sam.
It's too sexy for Sam. Too chesty.
Mm.
Okay. There we go. Okay, next up is, this is a Two-Face from the Batman Forever. So this is Two-Face and Batman. The size of this is like 11 or 14, give or take. And the price on this is $1,800. And this is Neal's pencil of Batman and Two-Face.
That's okay, Sam. We know the real reason.
So, and I love, even though this is a kind of loose pencil in a way, or a quicker pencil, I love the tailoring on Two Face's jacket.
Mm.
Like he's got that nice shading on the side. He's got the perfect lapel thing going on. Just areas that people would just like bleh their way through, and it's just all there. The structure of a tailored collar. So professional, that Neal Adams guy. The lovely piece, 1800 to buy, and it is signed by Neal.
For a reason, I might probably divorce me.
But I thought you could pretty yourself out of that situation.
Yeah, he refers to himself as a trophy husband. So. Okay, next one up is Warlord. This is a preliminary for the Warlord comic. It is 9 by 10 is the size of the dimensions on this. Everybody's upset about the trophy husband. And Sam, are you slipping? This is 800 to buy. Warlord prelim. Sweet. This would have been cool if he had taken it to finish. You can just see
that
it.
you could give it to somebody. And
All
have
the
them
slicing of the knives. Would have been cool. 800 for this prelim.
So Pete, who would you have finish this?
That would be a tough one. Ryan Sook, maybe. There's a couple guys. I mean, you can go. Oh, who would do a great job is Zafino's son. He's doing some just spectacular work.
Yeah.
And he's got that visceral Conan stuff. He could definitely do that. It wouldn't look like your dad.
Yeah.
But it would be
A cool visceral.
Yeah, it would be a great cover.
Right. Okay, this piece is very big. How big is it, Chris?
How big is it, Chris?
Maybe Chris needs a measuring tape. I can set Rick on it.
Bigger than your average bear.
Well, it's bigger than our average pieces, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, sorry, Pete. Give me the dash. This is 16 by
Like 19?
19. So 16 inches wide by 19 inches tall. Very large piece. This is a piece that obviously Neal was working on. It is very nicely penciled. It is inked in places, not completely. The price on this is $15,000. It is the piece that people talk about, and people have many different versions of what is going on in this piece.
Batman's going to give him a beer.
Yeah.
Make me a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich. Make me a chamois. That'd be a chamois. This is $15,000 to buy. And is it signed? It is signed.
It is signed
It
in
is
pencil,
a signed
yes.
piece in pencil.
That's the real Talia.
It is a very hot piece. It's definitely too hot for Sam to buy. But it is gorgeous. I would say Batman is lounging, Andrea.
Well, she just whooped Ra's al Ghul's ass, so he's taking a breather.
Right.
I've heard far worse things about this piece.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with Roz.
So gorgeous piece. Her face on this is gorgeous. It's like right out of the comic books. So really nice piece of art here. Okay, next up is Dark Phoenix. Okay, Dark Phoenix is 8.5 by 11. Penciling Neal. Color on this is Jason. It is $1,900 to buy. And I'm actually going to pull this out of the plastic because this is one of those ones that reflects and you don't really see truly how nicely colored this really is. So we're going to get rid of all the reflections tonight. Very nice Dark Phoenix. $1,900 is the price on this. And which actually is a very nice price for this piece. It is signed by Neal at the top.
She's gorgeous.
Which she is. So, Dark Phoenix. All right, I'm gonna hop my cards. Okay. And go right to Batman Robin. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. I have another large piece that we just showed on Wednesday night. This is its first Friday night debut. This piece is very square. It is 14 inches wide by 16 inches tall. It is obviously Batman and Robin.
The Dick Grayson Robin.
And it is Dick Grayson Robin.
Did we put a number on this?
Yes, we did. This is $10,000 to buy.
I would go for this one.
This is very classic. I will say it has that Warner Brothers store feel to it. This framed up on your living room wall is a dynamite piece. Like I said, it's very large and square. It has a really nice feel to it.
And Dad did not ink this large very often. Hardly at all.
Yeah, but when he does,
So,
it's like
yeah.
gorgeous when he does do it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. The real control of his ink line is like the edge of Batman's ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, how does he do that freehand?
It's like I can see how you can do that small,
Yeah,
but doing it like that long.
right. And it's like a perfect line. Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's not a ruler line. It's not like he takes a ruler and draws the side of Batman's head and ear. And the thick and thins that go in that line
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. You know, the scowl in his cowl is also not easy to do. I would say this is. This to me looks like he's doing a lot of this with pen. Would you? I will show it to people, get a second opinion here.
We had that brush pen.
Yeah, I would say it is Neal's brush pen.
Yeah. It's not a pen and nib.
Yeah, it's not a brush and dipping in India ink.
Yeah, once he
Yeah.
found his brush pens
Because
and his
he's got-
Kuretake pens.
Yeah. He was happy. He was really happy with those.
Yeah.
I don't think he planned to add a symbol because it would be there in pencil if he had.
Oh yeah, I don't think there was supposed to be a symbol in this. He wouldn't have signed it where he signed it.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is when you look at that signature, that is a happy signature. I think he
Happy
was.
signature.
Well,
As opposed to
yeah,
his grumpy signatures.
Well, sometimes his signature can be grumpy. To me, it's a very kind of designed signature by Dad. It's like a happy, like it's a nice piece, and I'm signing
That's
it.
the proud of himself
That's
signature.
he's proud of himself signature. It's a design signature within the piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what he wanted to do was the Batman and Robin face duo well, and I guess he felt it didn't need the symbol. Yes, signed with a flourish. Yes. So 10,000 is the price on this piece. Again, it's this is kind of like a one of a kind piece as well. I would say I would be surprised to see other ones like this out there.
Yeah.
It's
Certainly,
large.
certainly at that size.
Yeah, it's very large for him. It's very portrait of two characters that he really enjoyed drawing for a long time of his life. So, okay, next up, I'm going to put these two up together. I have Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Now, these are inked, and I believe these are inked with brush. Because these again are perfect one. This was when we were doing the Fanta work, so these are very old. They are on one ply, and it's a very slick paper, so the ink just sits on it and does not suck into the paper at all. These are $1,200 a piece, and I'm going to show you this piece, which we sold this piece of artwork a while ago. One sees through the Panda scan of these two pieces. I will then show you what can be done. This is a piece. This was another piece that was part of it. This is actually colored by Corey of Mickey Mouse. But this is the type of work. And we can do it as, you know, make a copy of the Donald Duck or a copy of the Mickey Mouse and color it on another piece of paper. So you can keep your pristine Donald Duck and have a color of Donald Duck available. So, you know, for any Disney lover of Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, great pieces to own, done by Neal. Like I said, these were done a while ago. The coloring that we are capable of doing just brings these to life. Like the Mickey Mouse cowboy is definitely fun. I wish if we had the cowboy, I would have kept it. But yeah, I mean, we can have fun with this. For any kids' room, these are great. You can put the colored ones up in your kids' room and put the black and whites away in your vault. They are $1,200 a piece to own. And Zia has found the Disney.
Shouldn't play it too loud or else we'll get booted off. That's Disney.
And that was the
Disney.
end of Chris and Pete and Zia. Okay.
They were never seen again.
They were never seen again. They were taken away by the people that come out from under the rocks. Okay, this was a piece that we saw be purchased last Wednesday. It was not purchased on Wednesday because somebody didn't realize he had 4 weddings he had to go to this summer. And the wife came in and said, no. So this is back in my hands. This is that fantastic reflection Batman piece that we've all kind of talked about. Even Zia wants to do this, I hear.
Hmm.
The size of this is 11 by 14. This is a really nice composition. And what you're looking at is Batman standing in a puddle where his reflection is directly underneath him, which is a composition. Well, it's not so much the composition, but it is a thing that Neal loves to do, is a standing character with his reflection where you see the same character going down into the reflection of water. He's visited that a couple of times,
I
actually.
believe so.
So I would say it's something that he personally likes to play with. This is $2,000 to buy. It is still available. It would get a certificate of authenticity that will go along with it. But it is here. It is ours. And there's a sad, sad person out there. She's going to a lot of weddings. Okay, next up is my Frankenstein. Frankenstein is still with us. And Frankenstein is another large piece. This is 1117. Not quite 1117 because he's on 1117 paper. He's a little smaller than that. It's 11 by 16. Neal did this in a finished pencil render, which means that he's inking with his pencil shading. And this is $3,000 to buy. I think this is one of the best Frankensteins out there.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love this piece. This would get a certificate of authenticity to go along with that. So Frankenstein is still here as well. Yeah, I love the monster. Loves the monster. You can just pass. Just the top. Do the top one. No, I don't. Okay. Next up is Batman Joker Face Off for 1800. Well, Sam Green, I was going to give him your number, but didn't think that was a good idea. So this is 8.5 by 11. This is Batman Joker Face Off. This is pen and ink Neal. It was originally colored by Jason. Zia has recently gone into this and kind of did a different color to it. It is $1,800 to buy. Signed piece by Neal. We call it the Batman Joker Face Off. Great piece. Okay. Next up. Okay, I'm going to get into some more serious art. Next up is actually a page. This is Neal's original pencil to Batman Ra's al Ghul. I'm actually going to pluck. So this is the book, Batman Ra's al Ghul. This is actually the page. It's this one on the left. And then we have the actual original pencil page for $8,000 from that story for sale. Storage locker. Right. So this is a great page. It is a published page. It is 8,000. It is Neal's pencils. It's not Neal's pencils, and tell me who drew this, and then I would hire them.
Yeah, right.
And you're getting to see an original pencil page of comics by Neal. Next up is the Batman Odyssey. Okay. The next one is, this was a page that I thought that Neal redid, and it looked similar. And I found out today, in both Pete and I, double, triple, and quadruple check. So this is a page that Neal drew for Batman Odyssey. And it's in the section of the Joker section where you kind of meet Joker for the first time. And there's a storyline that happens, and you think one way, but ends up being another way. And basically they go for a ride. And
Dead Man is involved.
Right, Deadman is involved, and they end up in this water tunnel thing with Man-Bat. And basically, this is a page that Neal drew and obviously started inking, and then decided, nah, this isn't working for me. But when you go into Batman Odyssey, his page was completely different. So he went in an entirely different direction. So this is a page, it's an unused page from Batman Odyssey that we are selling also for $8,000. Where you get a really nice Joker there, you get Batman. And if you check your Batman Odyssey books, you'll see what I'm talking about. I believe this page would have been the page where you see Joker and Batman having a conversation in the tunnel, but they're really towards the outside of the tunnel. They're not really in it like this. This is $8,000 to buy. These can be put on the payment plan. Great way to have a page that isn't that expensive by Neal with Batman and Joker done. Fantastic Fours. Okay, these I decided to show a slightly different way. This is the Fantastic Four pages so that you can see. So this is the original pencil by Neal, inks by Mark Farmer. And that's what it printed. Excuse me, it looked like in the, well, this is from the
Laura Martin's color.
The soft cover edition of it, large. Sometimes it's nice to see, like, what did it look like as it printed. So this is the black and white. Again, this is pencils, Neal, inks is Mark Farmer. It was a story done by Mark Waid. I believe it is the only Fantastic Four that Neal ever did.
Technically, the only Fantastic Four actual story. Yes,
Right.
he has drawn the Fantastic Four before,
Yes.
but in the Avengers.
Right. Right. And you're getting to see the color page with that. So 15,000 is the price on this. Right. So that's one of the pages I have. The other page is with Sue Reed and Mr. Fantastic.
Sue and Reed. Reed is fantastic.
That's what I said. Is that what I said? Is it?
Okay, I said Sue Reed.
Oh, sorry. Okay, 15,000 for this page. Looks like they're fighting.
Yeah, but they make up by the end of the page.
That's what I hear. So this is from the second issue, page 9. This is if you're into the characters.
Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four. Well, I mean non-action, but character development, and not action. So 15,000 for the page. Again, pencils are Neal. Inks on this is Mark Farmer. And again, I'm showing the published page from the large size edition. So another published piece by Neal and Mark Farmer. Okay, next I have, I'm gonna hop a little bit, I'm gonna go to the bigger Batman. Okay, so I have what's called Batman Solo Shadow. This is an 11 by 14 piece by Neal. Very slick inking on this. Again, cool composition. The shadow under Batman is amazing with the cape. A lot of work on that face. Just a great piece of art. 11 by 14 for 10,000. And it is a signed piece by Neal. Nice. Yes, very new art. It's very black to white balance. It's just very clean. It's very clean. It's slick. I believe it's even on like a slick paper. If I remember right. This is like a. It's like a plate finish. Yeah. So when Neal works on plate, the ink it's very black.
It's very velvety.
It's very velvety because his pen point isn't hitting any resistance. It just like flies on the paper.
Yeah.
And when he works on the plate, it's got this very black and slick and smooth and wonderful feel to it. So, nice piece. I would say this is one of the nicest pieces we have. I do like the Batman Robin head. The large head portrait one is very nice as well. This is very nice. Okay, now we're going to go to the little one. Batman Yelling, pencil and ink, is 8.5 by 11. This one is 3,000. This is pencil and ink Neal, And this is where Neal is inking with ink as well as inking with his pencil in a way, where he's using his pencil for shading and to ink Batman as well as using a black line or ink to ink Batman. This is an intense Batman. I would not want to be in front of this Batman. And it is a signed piece by Neal. Well, I think it's reminiscent of the Rain piece because it's two pieces where Batman is yelling. So, okay, next I'm gonna do Thor. This is an unfinished Thor by Neal for 1200. It's on 11 by 14 paper. Left. Oh, these were my extras anyway. This was in case I needed it. I was stuck in this Batmobile. Okay, so Thor is 1200 to buy. He is 11 by 14. Some of our Marvel art. I put the number on. Sorry, guys. Okay, I have Batman's standing pencil. This again is one of Neal's pencils for a piece of Batman art for 1000. This will have a letter of authenticity, a certificate of authenticity that will go out with it.
Go back to Batman.
Huh?
Just trying here.
And it is 1000 to buy. And then our last piece for the night. Dun, 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 dun. What is it going to be? It's going to be my large Batmobile. So this is a Batmobile by Neal with Batman and Robin in it. It is, again, a unfinished piece. It's large. It is 17 inches wide by 14 inches tall. It is 6,000 to buy. It is signed by Neal. If you're into cars, this is a really sweet Batmobile. And I love the fact that Robin is obviously looking at something out the window while Batman is obviously driving. But the piece just has a lot of action and feel to it.
It's got the sports car look that he loved.
Right. It's very Neal, this piece.
It is.
It's what Neal felt Batman should have. Sleek and speedy. I mean, everything that Neal did with Batman was very sleek and speedy. He was not into having a tanky, chunky Batman, which he didn't have a problem with. It just was not his.
Yeah.
His concept of Batman was much more ninja-y.
Yeah.
Not bulky. So this one is 6,000 to buy. It is my last piece of the evening. We did a lot tonight. We did a lot of prints tonight. We did a lot of artwork tonight. We did a lot of Batman tonight. If there's anything that you see, either you've seen it while watching this or you see it over the weekend or something like that, you can always direct message us about pieces. We do have payment plans that don't have interest or penalties involved with them. We try and make it easy to be able to obtain art. That was always Neal's feelings about it. And we're generally always reachable and talkable to find out about pieces. So I think Z and Pete and I are going to sign off unless anybody's got a question. If anybody wants to see a piece again, I will gladly show it. And if there's any prints even that you think about over the weekend that you might want, just direct message us. We'll pull pieces to the side on Monday till you secure it. And then we just, either mail it if you're paying it in full or put it on the shelf if you're doing a payment plan. And we will be back on Wednesday. Are we doing anything on Wednesday? Who knows what we're doing on Wednesday? I know Z is going to be taking on a big project that she is going to cry.
Getting thrown in the deep end again.
I just want you to know she's throwing herself in the deep end.
That is true.
So this one has nothing to do with me. So we'll be showing that, I'm sure, along the way, and see it crying in the corner. We'll do a lot of that. So, like I said, if there's anything you guys see or you want to know more about, we're always around. And we will see you Wednesday night. I think Pete's going to come back with another mystery book. And like I said, I thought of one today, even for Neal.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do Neal on next Wednesday.
Yeah, you hear from me after I finish my taxes tomorrow. Says Happy Towers.
Okay, guys, we're
All right.
around. Everybody be safe this weekend. If you've been on the East Coast, enjoy the sunshine. I hear we're going to have a very sunny weekend finally after 2 weeks of doom and gloom and gray. So enjoy yourselves, get outside, get some sun, and we will see you Wednesday night. So say goodnight, Pete.
Good night, Pete.
Say goodnight, Z.
Good. See.
And Chris says goodnight, Chris. Good night, guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
And right now I'd like to bid you a fondue.
Bleep, bleep.